Coming up on 13 ABC Action News, a North Toledo business owner left homeless by the riots. 13 ABC Action News at 11 is next.
On 13 ABC Action News.
Will North Toledo students be safe just one day after the riots? Find out what security precautions will be taken tomorrow morning.
We could have been dead. If we didn't get out of there, we'd have been dead.
A family in North Toledo loses everything. Why a bar owner says he's not rebuilding. Plus, picking up the pieces after their business is destroyed. Why other victims of the riot are ready to start over.
Live from Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News at 11.
Are schools safe after yesterday's riots? The police chief talks about your child's safety. Toledo is still under a curfew tonight, the day after the North Toledo riots, which began near Woodward High School.
Tonight, we asked TPS if schools are doing anything different to keep kids safe tomorrow. 13 ABC's Elisa Amigo also spoke with some parents about security issues. She joins us live from the TPS Administration Building in North Toledo.
Well, Bill and Christian, I talked to more than half a dozen parents who said they watched those riots with their children standing right alongside them. And they admitted at times it was scary out there, but for the most part, they believe the danger is behind them.
That was pretty bad because I could see it at where we live and Park. We could see it all the way down there.
Ron Woolley and his grandmother both witnessed yesterday's riots from their front porch.
I've been over there for 18 years. You know, and we've never had no problems.
Despite violence that took place, Nancy Woolley feels her grandson is safe, both in and out of school.
I personally don't think that we have anything to worry about.
Other parents agree.
Are you concerned about your kids going to school tomorrow?
Not at all.
I don't believe there's any more problems out of that.
It's over with?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow, TPS and city police expect schools to operate like they always do.
It should be a normal school day.
But there's one school that police are keeping a close eye on.
Woodward High School is a very diverse school. There are a lot of problems in there. There are a lot of gang members in there. I've got one officer there. I suspect we're going to increase that for the time being.
In the meantime, those who live and know the neighborhood well are calling this an isolated incident.
We really don't have a problem over here, so it's not a big concern with me.
Again, TPS says they will not be doing anything out of the ordinary when it comes to school safety tomorrow. However, they did say counselors will be on hand if students need someone to talk to. Reporting live in North Toledo, Elisa Amigo, 13 ABC Action News.
And rioters ransacked and set fire to Jim and Lou's yesterday. Today, the bar owner took stock of the damage.
We could have been dead. If we didn't get out of there, we'd have been dead.
Lou Ratasky says he was inside when the angry mob began to swarm the building and set it on fire. He lost everything in the fire, even though race played a factor, sparking the riot. Ratasky says race had nothing to do with the mob destroying his building.
Prior to this, we never had any problems. No problem, no racial problems, no nothing. It's just...
I was worried about you.
Oh, okay.
I was worried about you. Glad to see that you're okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have friends all over, you know.
Ratasky is staying with family for a while. Several attorneys have volunteered to represent the family free.
Well, that bar's not the only business rioters destroyed yesterday. A gas station owner watched his shop get torn apart on live television. And another businessman hopes the destruction leads to some solutions to a brewing problem. 13 ABC's Ephraim Graham continues our team coverage tonight.
People clean, police patrol, and political candidates and politicians size up the damage on this North Toledo street where riots erupted Saturday.
Hate breeds hate, and that's what happened.
This is Councilman Michael Ashford's district.
You just want to tell people that this is a great neighborhood and it will be great again. You know, things happen.
And this is what happens to a gas station at the corner of Central and Stickney. Rioters rip apart a fence, take to the rooftop, and rush in, while a pregnant store clerk runs for cover.
His sister's pregnant, 7, 8 months pregnant. I guess she took shelter next door.
Herbie Howard owns the now boarded up gas station just across the street from where he went to high school. He's not surprised it was hit and is in a legal battle to evict the operator from his shop.
It's been brewing. The operator that was operating the station, I think, lacked the communication skills for the neighborhood.
A day later, and a walk along this stretch of Bronson, all is quiet and things appear to be back to normal. But people who live and work in this area say they hope things never return to where they used to be. Keith Roberts watched rioters torch the bar mere yards from his own business. He hates to see a neighbor lose his life's work, but says the loss is a sign of a bigger problem, burning in the neighborhood.
Now it could be dialogue. They cannot let what happened here just die down.
For Roberts and residents, cleaning up after the riot is easy. Talking and healing are the real work. In North Toledo, Ephraim Graham, 13 ABC, Action News.
Some residents in that area hope relations between police and the community improve as well. Others want more recreational opportunities for young people in that neighborhood.
This afternoon, the mayor held a news conference. City leaders addressed what went wrong last night and what they will do in the future to avoid another riot. Mayor Jack Ford best describes the scene in North Toledo today as a typical Sunday morning after a not-so-typical Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I hit a couple of bricks. I still got mine, and I'm going to whoop some more when I come. I might go to jail. Don't matter, though.
The charges ranged from aggravated riot to burglary, felonious assault, carrying concealed weapons, disorderly conduct, obstructing official business, and resisting arrest.
Chief Navarre says over 100 people were arrested yesterday, 80 adults and 34 juveniles. Today, city leaders discussed what they could have done differently.
This was a unique situation. The venue may have had a lot to do with what occurred afterwards. If this rally had occurred on a neutral site or in a downtown courthouse facility, I don't believe that we would have had the problems that we did have.
But was the city caught off guard? Many people in the community felt there was not enough police patrols in the neighborhood. But Chief Navarre defends his department.
Anyone that would accuse us of being underprepared, I would take exception to that, and I'm sure he would also, because we prepared as well for this event as we have for any event that we've staged here in the city. We really didn't get surprised. A lot of what happened, we anticipated. We got hit a little bit harder in duration than we expected.
But the city didn't anticipate the cost of this riot. Overtime for police officers alone will cost the city over $100,000. And today, Mayor Ford has made an appeal to citizens and community leaders, asking them to give their support in finding a way to help the community heal. And tonight, the citywide curfew is still in effect, starting at 8 p.m. Police are asking people to avoid loitering in the streets because you could get arrested.
Sort of got an indication there. The city is just now beginning to tally up the cost of yesterday's riot in North Toledo. Right now, the cost is estimated at $100,000. 150 police officers were out on the streets yesterday during the riot. The police chief says that number grew to 200 officers. Police also tell us 114 folks were arrested, including 80 adults and 34 juveniles. Arrested on charges ranging from aggravated rioting to felonious assault, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest. We're also told 12 police officers were injured, one seriously. Last night, 100 state troopers were out patrolling the area during the curfew. And then today, the fire chief said nobody expected violence like this.
It is rare in the history that you have people who are attacking the people who are supposed to be helping them, and especially in the fire service, they attacked some paramedic units who had no other reason to be there except to be able to help people, and they injured some of our crew members, and that was very disappointing. It was disappointing that any of the safety forces persons got hurt in attempting to try to help here.
And tonight there is this, mayoral candidate Carly Finkbeiner releasing a statement regarding yesterday's riots. He thinks Toledo needs to concentrate on healing right now, and he says he is offering his assistance to Mayor Jack Ford and other community leaders.
So what's next for the community in North Toledo? The head of the LaGrange Development Corporation says now is the opportunity to change the community. He says the children in North Toledo are underserved. It needs more outreach programs and a community center. He thinks what happened yesterday in North Toledo could have happened in any community.
I think it's important for everybody to know that this is not just a North Toledo problem, that a lot of the kids that were there were not necessarily just from that neighborhood, that if the neo-Nazis had come to just about any neighborhood in the city, the same thing might have happened.
The LaGrange Development Corporation has been raising funds for a community center over the past 2 years. So far, they've raised $300,000 of a $1 million goal.
Well, somehow the leaders of our community are going to have to figure out a way to heal this community.
No challenge is too big for our God. Nothing is too great.
Today, the leaders of the First Church of God started looking toward finding ways to keep riots from taking over our city.
Now we need to stop and reflect and think about how we fell into the Nazi trap and how we now are looking bad. We become the bad people when in reality it started off as them being the bad people.
The minister says young people need an alternative to violence and gangs. Of course, stay tuned to 13 ABC Action News for continuing coverage of the North Toledo riots. You can also log on to our website, 13abc.com, for the latest information.